What if the line between human and animal wasn't a wall but a mirror, and one day it shattered right in front of you? Picture the metallic taste of fear in your mouth, the acrid smell of gunpowder clinging to the air like regret you can't wash off, the distant wail of sirens that arrives too late, just like in those heartbreaking news clips from real-world tragedies we all wish were fiction. That is the heartbeat of the Darwin Incident Episode 7, Red Pill, which dropped on February 17, 2026, right when the story's quiet high school tensions explode into something that feels ripped from today's headlines about radicalization and belonging. I sat there, pulse racing, thinking, this isn't just anime anymore. This is the question every outcast, every believer in a cause, every parent has whispered in the dark. Asterisk, how far would I go to be seen? Asterisk, you don't just watch this episode. You feel the cold barrel of choice pressed against your own chest. And by the final frame, you'll be dying to know what happens next, because ignoring it would feel like turning your back on the mirror. Streaming exclusively on Amazon Prime Video, Episode 7 picks up in the raw aftermath of the previous episode's escalating threats. The Animal Liberation Alliance's poisonous ideas have already seeped into the school like ink in water. A troubled student named Gare, radicalized by the group's dark web Red Pill manifesto, that gut punch moment when someone finally sees the hidden cruelty behind everyday life, just like Neo choosing the pill in the Matrix, turns the hallways into a live-streamed nightmare. Charlie, the gentle, super-strong human-chimp hybrid we've come to love, rushes back into the chaos with Lucy at his side. Together they race against time and bullets to reach Gare before more blood stains the cafeteria floor. Police storm the building, lives hang by a thread, and just when you think the worst is over, the episode slams the door with a cliffhanger that leaves your stomach in knots. No future spoilers here, only the electric details of the single hour that change everything you thought you knew about Charlie, justice, and the cost of being different. You can feel the linoleum under your sneakers, hear the frantic breathing of scared kids hiding in lockers, taste the desperation in every decision. This isn't selling you a story. This is making you ache to live inside it and find out how it ends. The episode moves like a freight train that never breaks. Tight, relentless, yet never rushed. It takes the ideological fire lit in earlier episodes and sets the whole school ablaze. Key revelations hit like hammer blows. Gare isn't a lone monster. He's a broken kid fed lies about saving animals until he believed slaughtering classmates would make the world listen. The livestream delay trick, those clocks lagging just enough to fool everyone, had fans on Reddit and X scratching their heads. Manga readers know it's Gare's desperate, clever attempt to buy time and become a martyr, straight from the source material's deeper dive into manipulation. No cheap twists. Every beat advances the bigger war between fear and understanding. The pacing is masterful. Heart-stopping action crashes into quiet, devastating conversations that leave you breathless. The cliffhanger? Pure emotional whiplash that makes you scream at the screen for episode 8. Cloudy parts, like why the police hesitate with Charlie, get crystal clear context from the manga's exploration of prejudice. Even heroes in fur get treated like threats first. I researched the chapters this adapts around Volume 2's Trickster arc, and the anime smartly condenses the ALA's cold calculus without losing the gut impact. Charlie stole my heart and broke it in the same breath. That quiet, super strong boy who once just wanted friends now carries wounded classmates like they weigh nothing. Yet his eyes show the weight of the world. His choice at the end? Transformative. No longer waiting for the world to accept him, he decides to fight the very group that made him. Itsumi Tanazaki's voice cracks with weary resolve that feels so human it hurts. Lucy grows from shy supporter to someone staring horror in the face. Her trembling why when Charlie reveals his plan is the sound of a heart cracking. Gare, voiced with raw, delusional fire by Kaito Ishikawa, isn't cartoon evil. He's every lost kid who swallowed poison online and thought it was truth. Their dialogue feels ripped from real history, echoes of young radicals in every protest movement who crossed the line from passion to pain. Every choice rings true. Every wound bleeds. This episode doesn't preach. It bleeds. What is sacrifice when the cause devours the innocent? How do we draw the line between fighting for the voiceless and becoming the monster? It's the same fire that burned in civil rights marches, in animal rights protests that turned ugly, in every red pill moment when someone sees suffering they can't unsee. Charlie's dispassionate compassion, saving everyone, even the shooter, mirrors the hardest truth of history. Real mercy doesn't pick sides. Hope and despair wrestle in every frame, leaving you asking yourself at 3 a.m., if the world hated you for existing, would you still choose kindness, or finally fight back? The ALA's reach feels terrifyingly real. Dark web forums, live stream manifestos, a public that flips from pity to pitchforks overnight. New layers of prejudice against the other, human Z, vegan, outsider, hit like today's social media storms. It enriches the universe without info dumping, Sharp, poetic, never cliché. Gare's final words about tables overflowing with blood land like a slap, chilling, almost beautiful in their broken logic. Lines echo long after the credits. I did what I had to do. You'll replay them in your head like famous speeches from history that still haunt us. Art director Masanobu Nomura paints dread in blood-red lockers and cold fluorescent lights that turn the school into a slaughterhouse cathedral. Shadows swallow faces during confessions. Bright daylight feels accusatory outside. Fluidity in Charlie's leaps and rescues is breathtaking. Think Spider-Man grace mixed with raw animal power. Stillness in the cafeteria standoff hits harder than any explosion. Chief animation director Shinpei Tamuka's character work makes every furred muscle and trembling lip feel alive. Nakatsu Suda and series director Katsuchi Nakayama use low angles to make Charlie tower like a guardian angel, tight close-ups that trap you inside terrified eyes, and razor-sharp editing that cuts between live stream and reality like a heartbeat monitor flatlining. Tension builds exactly like those pulse-pounding hostage scenes in real crisis footage. Composers Elisa Okahazuma and Mariko Horikawa turn the OST into another character, low, throbbing drones under the live stream that feel like a heartbeat about to stop. Silence after gunshots screams louder than any explosion. A single piano note during Charlie's decision will live rent-free in your head. Atsumi Tanizaki as Charlie delivers the episode's soul. Calm, otherworldly, yet cracking with pain like a boy who grew up too fast. Mitsuho Kam as Lucy pours raw terror and love into every sob. Kaito Ishikawa's Gare burns with feverish belief. You hate him and pity him at once. Every tremor feels lived in. I felt every second in my bones. The dread of running those halls with Charlie. The ache when Lucy realizes the boy she loves might become what he hates. The scar left by Gare's broken. I just wanted them to understand. That final collision, Charlie's choice, the mob at the door, feels like destinies slamming together like tectonic plates. It left me staring at the ceiling, asking the same questions humanity has asked since we first drew lines between us and them. What would you do if the world decided your existence was the problem? This episode doesn't give easy answers. It gives you the burning need to keep watching until you find them. Some moments stretch believability, the speed of public outrage, a cop's quick change of heart. Yet the show leans into that on purpose, like a dark mirror held up to how fast real societies flip from sympathy to fear. Think any viral tragedy you've lived through. What feels too much is actually the point. Radical ideas spread faster than truth. The satire bites, even if it sometimes draws blood a little too eagerly. These aren't flaws. They're choices that make you uncomfortable, and discomfort is where growth happens. Episode 7 is a raw, brilliant gut punch. Stunning animation, soul-deep performances, and questions that linger like smoke after the fire. Its few rough edges only sharpen the blade of its message. It absolutely succeeds in dragging you into a world where humanity's next evolution might wear fur and ask the hardest questions we've ever faced. So here's the real red pill. Close the tab, scroll past, or press play, and step into the hallway where one boy's impossible existence forces the whole world to look in the mirror. The choice is yours, but once you hear that first distant siren, you won't be able to look away. What will you do when the live stream starts?